and welcome to the newest installment of Inside Alyssa White, where you ask me questions, and this is basically the dating edition. There's a couple of questions that aren't about dating, but the majority are. And this is going to be super fun because I'm really weird when it comes to dating. So first up, from Parzival the Egg Hunter on Twitter, he asked me first date locales. I will make this statement, I'm not ashamed, I have nothing to hide, I've never been on a date. I don't have like an ideal locale, but I think it would be super fun to go to like a theme park or an arcade. Something that's not cliche. Like, I would not want to do dinner and a movie, but I don't like people watching me eat, first off, and plus, if you go to a movie, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to make out with you or anything, I'm going to be watching the damn movie, so that's out of the line. And yeah, and I kind of feel like bowling or whatever is cliche, so theme parks or arcades, please. Do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts, okay, for do's, be sweet to me, be a gentleman, have fun, and be yourself. Don't try to be someone else, okay, because I want to like you for you. Turn-offs and turn-ons. Okay, so turn-offs are definitely people who are rude, people who pretend to be someone they're not, people who are wishy-washy. Those are basically my turn-offs. My turn-ons, I adore fellow geeks, okay? That's basically the only people I'm attracted to, fellow geeks. I adore musicians, I know it's a weak spot. I adore tattoos. There's a lot of things that turn me on. So, yeah, there we go. Then he also has kiss at the end of the date. It depends on how well the date went. How long till the second date? I don't know, whenever I feel like it. Don't tell me what to do, and don't tell me what to say. The next question is from Robert Santellin, and he asks, looking for a fresh spin on a night out on the town with my wife. Any suggestions for cool date night ideas? Like I said before, I think theme parks are awesome. Arcades, I think would be super fun. I don't know, like, I'm a really bad person to ask about that, actually, because I'm just like, I want to go to theme parks and arcades. That's all I want to do. Shadow the Oblivious has a non-dating question, and that is, what is the worst thing it's ever been your misfortune to have eaten? I'm a very picky eater, so I haven't really eaten anything that I've regretted, but one time when I was a kid, I had a glass of Coke, and I took a drink, and there was something weird in that mouthful, and it felt really yucky, so I spit it out, and there was a fly on my Coke. I had it in my mouth, and I screamed, and my parents were like, what's wrong? And I'm like, there was a freaking fly in my Coke. That scarred me for forever, okay? I always check my drinks out for flies. Joe Manganaro, Mango Joe, has another non-dating question, and that is, if you were a slasher in a horror movie, what would your name be? I always have this really cheesy one that would be so stupid, but the Alyssa-rator. You know, like Eviscerator, but Alyssa-rator? It's dumb, right? Now, Carlos and Story Finds has a crap ton of questions, so much so that I'm not going to be able to put it on screen because it would cover up my whole freaking face. So, here we go, Carlos! He asks, what's your preference in a guy, smoker or non-smoker? Definitely non-smoker. I grew up in a household with my parents smoking, and it's just kind of a turn-off. I don't like smoking, and it's just, ugh. Alcohol drinker or not, I don't care if you drink alcohol, just don't do it to excess. I don't want to date someone that's constantly hungover or wasted. An occasional drink or two is fine, but don't overdo it. Should he have tattoos or none? I really don't care. I adore tattoos, but if you don't have tattoos, that's fine as well. It's your personal preference, and as long as it's not something crude or vile or whatever, I love tattoos, so I don't have a preference. Do you want kids someday? That's a really tough question. There's a bug flying in my face. Because I love children, and of course, as a woman, my biological clock starts ticking, and like I see kids, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want one. But I realize that with my anxiety and depression and other issues I have, that having a child might not be the best idea for me to personally have. And that breaks my heart, but I would not want to subject a child to what I've gone through. So it's really just what happens, happens. What kind of personality would you look for in a guy? I definitely want him to be a sweet person, someone who respects other people, who is loving, who is a gentleman, and I would love for him to be a fellow geek. Would you want him to have the same interest as you, as in toy collecting or fave movie and TV shows? I think it'd definitely be important for him to be interested in movies and TV shows and video games, because that's all I'm interested in, and that's pretty much all I know. It's my lifeblood, and if you're not interested in the entertainment industry, we're not going to have anything to talk about. Do you have to be super obsessed with books or music? No, but I think it's really important for them to be obsessed with film, television, and video games, just because that's what I eat, sleep, breathe, and live for. Would you want him to be understanding of your anxiety and depression and be there for you when it hits you? Of course, and that's actually one thing. I don't really want someone that doesn't have those issues, because I've been around people who will say, I'm going to be there for you, I'll help you through this, and then when an anxiety attack happens or you have like a really bad bout of depression, they flip out on you, they don't know how to handle it, they leave you. And it's just very difficult for someone that does not experience it to understand. So I actually do gravitate toward other people who have anxiety and depression and stuff. And I know that probably would make a tricky couple, but I feel like it'd be a better understanding, and it'd be more, I don't know, just more cohesive and more just an easier experience. Would you date someone who didn't have a job or have their own place but still have their life together? I mean, yeah, like, I'll admit it, I don't have a job, I don't have my own place, so I would feel terrible if a guy judged me for that. So I would not judge a guy for that. Eventually, sometime, we would need to get a place together and, you know, have jobs and stuff, but if you're in a current situation and you don't have a job, you don't have your own like place, maybe you have some roommates or something, or even if you live with your parents still, it's fine with me. It's not about the living situation, it's about personality for me, so it wouldn't bother me too much. How about if he still keeps in touch with his ex? How would you feel about that? I would not like that. I will come out and say I can be jealous, and I hate to admit that, but like if I like a guy, which is very rare because I'm demisexual, which means that I only develop feelings for guys I'm close friends with, and even then it's very rare for me to develop feelings, but like if they like other girls' photos, it makes me jealous inside, and I keep it hidden. I don't talk about it, but I don't like it, so if they were still in contact with their ex, it would probably bother me, and I hate to admit that. Would you date someone that you would have to act or look differently just for them to notice you? Hell no, you're gonna love me for me. If you don't, go away. Not interested. Would you date someone who likes to hang out in bars and clubs? Personally, I hate bars and clubs. I've been to a few. I cannot stand it. I've cried the whole time, both times, because I just hate the atmosphere, so I would prefer it if you didn't like to go to bars and clubs. How old should they be? Okay, this is a fun question, because I'm usually attracted to guys who are between 6 and 12 years older than me. I'm usually not attracted to guys who are the same age as me or are under 6 years older than me, because I don't know why, I just like older guys. So usually between 6 and 12 years older is whom I'm attracted to. Piercings, how many should they have, or none? Don't go crazy with the piercings, but I mean, I don't care if you have your ears pierced or if you have, say, an eyebrow piercing or something like that. If you have a face full of piercings, that might be an issue, or if you have piercings in a personal place, that might be a turn off, but I don't really care if you have a couple piercings, totally fine. Dating a video game nut, yes or no? Yes, because like I said before, video games are a huge part of my life and I need someone to share that with, so yes. Would you date someone who loves all animals, including snakes and spiders, but not cats? You better love cats if you're going to date me, because I'm going to have a cat for all of my life. I have a cat right now, and she is my baby, and if you can't stand cats, you can't be in my life. I'm just saying. If you like snakes and spiders, but you don't like cats, there is something wrong with you, okay? You gotta like cats. And that is all of Carlos's questions. Those were a lot, I know, but I think they were very thorough. Boom Y'all 123 asks, if you could do anything for a first date, what would you choose? This goes back to Parzival's question. I would say either a theme park or an arcade would be super duper fun. Shimarayu asks, where is your favorite place for a first date? The thing is, I've never been on a date, so I cannot answer that. So, I'm sorry. I love you, though. And those were all the questions, so I hope you enjoyed this weird-ass dating edition of Inside Alyssa White. I know I'm a little unusual with my dating preferences, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions for me, it could be pretty much about anything at all. Leave it in the comment box down below, and I'll answer it in the next installment. Like the video if you liked it. Let me know what you thought down below. Share the video if you'd like to. That would be super duper helpful. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of this face. If you'd like to follow me on any social media sites, or if you'd like to check out my blog, they're all listed down below in the description box. Follow me, we can be best friends. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Peace and kisses. Bye.